The showcase of the best players in the NFL is coming up as Las Vegas welcomes the Pro Bowl for the first time. The stars of the AFC and NFC are ready to shine. Next on EA Sports.
And off we go from Las Vegas. On the return, Andre Roberts from his ends. And look at this. Right away, a loose football. And it's scooped up by the NFC. And he will take this back. A fumble return for an NFC touchdown. So the NFC with our first touchdown of the game. And, of course, we'll probably see some offense in this one. I don't know, though, that we'll see what we saw in 2013 when the NFC posted 62 points.
You talk about pyrotechnics. That was crazy, even for a Pro Bowl. 62 points. I think you wore out your voice in that one, talking about all the touchdowns that were scored.
I would love to see 63 or more, though, I got to tell you. All about offense in this thing.
Pro Bowl offense. Let's go.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. So here comes the AFC for their opening drive. As we get a peek at the former Red Raider and 10th pick in the 2017 draft, Patrick Mahomes.
And when you think of Patrick Mahomes, you start to think about all of his attributes, and you realize very quickly, you can't just put him into one box. No matter how the game proceeds, no matter what is needed, he tends to have an answer for it and plays accordingly.
That throw into the arms of Allen. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's second down.
Can you do any more work or make it more dramatic for not much gain than what we just saw there? Did you see how his toes got down? Tip-tap, got him down. But what did he get out of it?
He sold the sizzle. He just had no steak.
I mean, was it 1 yard?
And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. So after the INT, it's Rodgers. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Throwing now is Rodgers. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a 1st down. Flushed out right. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield, because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two, because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And that's going to be caught. Touchdown NFC. DeAndre Hopkins there to make the grab. And the NFC able to widen their advantage. Now Younghoe Koo for the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it's finished off by an NFC touchdown. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Here's Roberts to bring it out of the end zone.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder in the ball carrier, and down he goes.
And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. 3 yards the gain there, second down. Now here's Mahomes. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's scooped up by the NFC. And fantastic field position has them just outside the 10 at the 11-yard line of the red zone. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Throwing is Rodgers. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just touchdown! 2 touchdown passes now here in this first quarter for Aaron Rodgers. And the NFC adds on to their lead. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And it's now 21-0. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it's finished off by an NFC touchdown. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The AFC set to take over on offense. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That could be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Mahomes' throw here complete to Kelsey. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
Well, these guys certainly need something good to go their way because this first quarter has been something of a disaster for them trying to move the ball. But that completion there maybe can get them focused and moving in the right direction.
All right, first down. Henry with a little bit of running room. Nice gain. He'll get about 6 yards there. The AFC with the football here to begin the second quarter. 21-0 our score after 1. Mahomes firing complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going. And then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's third down. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line.
And we tend to give those running backs that are slashers a lot of credit, but how about guys who are maulers? Because that's who you want in short yardage situations, and we just saw that occur right there, didn't we?
Vertical, downhill running. On first down, Mahomes. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Zadarius Smith. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Throwing on second and long. Mahomes. It's complete to Diggs. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
Justin Tucker for the AFC field goal of 36 yards.
Tucker's kick is good. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18.
Well, no surprise there. Extremely reliable during the regular season. Bailed his team out time and again. Knocks another one through, this time in the Pro Bowl.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away.
Patterson going to bring this out of the end zone.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. Cordero Patterson, the 20.
Do what we do. Do what we do.
And he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown NFC.
That was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times when they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules. And if you do, you're taking on some responsibility. But he was happy to do so there.
And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25.
Patrick Mahomes on his way out for their next drive. In second quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And sometimes you take on all that extra pressure on yourself, and maybe you have to disperse it a little bit. Lean on some other people, lean on your teammates, find someone who can take the pressure off and get the ball in their hands for a while.
Or this, if he doesn't, this is getting out of hand, or it could get worse. Ball on the 30, they'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Mahomes going to throw. Going deep for Diggs. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Here's Mahomes to throw. Well, the NFC pressure a little too much as they get home for the sack. Aaron Donald with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7.
But he continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure, and these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
Fielded at the 33. A beautiful fake. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. So we have come upon halftime. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime.
There's probably not too much for these coaches to do in terms of X's and O's. But hey, both these teams are in it to win it. So with that, we'll get you back out for the second half of this year's Pro Bowl. Here's Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
What a pretty slick return there. Almost got it to the 45. Officially, they'll call him down at the 44.
DeAndre Hopkins and the rest of the offense heading back.
For a quick second there, I thought we were about to have a repeat performance of a kickoff return for a touchdown. This guy's on fire today.
Rodgers now on 1st down. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. Touchdown! T.J. Hockenson, 57 yards. And the NFC just continuing to pour it on.
Well, for a tight end, he can definitely motor. He shows off the wheels there after the catch as he's able to shake free.
Koo able to connect on the extra point. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. 1 play, and they're able to hit pay dirt.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
The AFC offense now heading out for their first drive of the second half. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is Just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. He'll be dropped at the 30. The first broken tackle couldn't bust him free. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after him now.
Throwing now is Mahomes. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Draw play. This is Henry. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
2nd and 5 now. Mahomes. And right side, Henry's got it. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And just like that, it's 3rd down. Running from the gun with Henry. Henry fighting for the marker, but I don't think he got there. He did not. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. The AFC punt team out there now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. The offense for the NFC back out there. And following that long touchdown pass, a 1-play drive last time, to see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
2nd down, they go right back to Cook. Cook able to escape. And some room to work. And now off to the races, down the right side. And touchdown! Dalvin Cook, 78 yards. And the NFC stretching that lead out even a bit further. Boy, the word with Dalvin Cook is explosiveness. I'm not sure there's anybody in the league that has the acceleration that he does, and he put it to good effect there.
And the thing that stood out to me was his ability to continue through the initial contact. How many times do we see runners get slowed up and not get what they can on a run because of that first contact? But he kept the compass pointing in the right direction, kept the legs churning, and turned this into a huge play.
And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The AFC offense set to take their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 2nd and inches, Mahomes. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. On 1st down, it's Cook. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12. To throw, it's Rodgers. And a catch made by Hopkins. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Cool for the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it's finished off by an NFC touchdown. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Here's Roberts to bring it out of the end. And deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And it's scooped up by the NFC. And a tough turnover there as now they will have it at the 6-yard line, 1st and goal. And that one is his 2nd fumble loss. Not a good look out of your return man.
And not only does he hurt the momentum for his team or even change momentum of the game, but now they've got a decision to make on his own sideline. Does he continue to do that? Do you keep him in that role, or do you bring someone else in at this time?
They'll run for it with Cook. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Here's Roberts to bring it out of the end zone. And he doesn't even get this to the 10. He's taken down at the 9.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And quickly to Kelsey. A gain of 6 there on 1st. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
On 3rd down, Henry. And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now. Mahomes in the offense staying out there. They'll go for it on 4th. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding, probably.
And he cannot get rid of it. The NFC getting in there for the sack. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd. So, Charles, a victory for the NFC. Final thoughts on this Pro Bowl?
We had some fun, didn't we?
Absolutely.
A lot of excitement.